Once upon a time, a very long time ago, one night when it was time to go to sleep, the baby snakes came to Mama Snake and said, Mama, will you tell us a story tonight? Please, Mama, tell us a story tonight. And Mama Snake had a problem. You see, she didn't know what a story was. So she sat and thought, what is this story? What is this story? What could it be? Is it something with hands? Is it something with teeth? It seems like it is something that we tell people. Let's find out, she said. So she went to her dear friend and said, my dear friend, do you know what a story is? Can you tell me, please? And the deer said, oh, I'm so sorry, Mama Snake. I don't know what a story is. I've never heard of one before. Oh, okay. All right, let me ask the bird. So Mama Snake went to the bird and said, Birdie, can you tell me a story? And the birdie said, a story? I don't know what that means, Mama Snake. I'm so sorry. And so the snake went to the forest and said, Forest, can you tell me a story? And the forest said, oh, I'm so sorry, snake. I've never heard of anything called a story. So then she asked the tiger and the lion. And both of them said, a story? We've never heard of a story before. What is that? She asked the crocodile. She said, Crocodile, can you tell me a story? My children are asking me. Crocodile said, listen, I don't know these things. I've been sticking my head in the water all the time. Why don't you ask Frog? He occasionally jumps out. So she asked the frog. And the frog said, no, I've never heard of a story. So Mama Snake asked the fish and the flamingo, do you know a story? And they both said, we've never heard of a story. What is that? So she asked the elephant. And she asked the monkey. And she even asked the really beautiful peacock. Do any of you know a story? Can you help me? And they all said, we are so sorry, Mama Snake. We've never heard of a story before. What is a story, Mama Snake? I don't know, my dear friends, but I'll surely tell you when I find out, she said. What is the story that the peacock doesn't know, that the monkey doesn't know, that the elephant doesn't know, the flamingo and the fish don't know, the wise frog doesn't know, the crocodile doesn't know, the lion and the tiger don't know, and nobody in the forest knows what a story is? Then how did my children learn this? Where did they hear it? Thinking such thoughts, she said goodbye to all her friends in the forest, and she walked on slowly and she came to a clearing outside the forest. And here she saw a really old woman. So she asked the old woman, she said, old woman, can you tell me a story? Can you help me? And the old woman said, well, Mama Snake, I can't tell you the story, but I can tell you who will tell you the story. What you need to do is you need to go and ask the ocean. Really? The ocean will tell me? Of course the ocean will tell you. The ocean is the keeper of all stories, you know. But you do need to be very patient, she said. And Mama Snake thanked the old woman and she went to the ocean and she waited on the shore for 7 long days. She waited and finally one day the ocean came up to Mama Snake and said, Mama Snake, you've been waiting here by the shore for a very long time. What is it that you want? And Mama Snake said, dear ocean, my children want to hear a story from me and I don't know what a story is. Can you help me? To which the ocean said, of course I can help you, Mama Snake, but you must give me something in return. You have to take 10 days and you have to paint me the largest painting that you have ever painted in your life. And when you give it to me, I will give you something that will tell you stories in return. And so Mama Snake started painting the largest painting that she had ever painted in her entire life. And the days went by. The first day, the second day, the third day, the fourth day, the fifth day, and slowly this very large piece of paper that Mama Snake was painting on began to fill up. And by the 10th day morning, Mama Snake's painting was full of all the creatures that she had ever known, ever seen, and ever heard of. And there in her painting, there were creatures of the waters, creatures of the night and electric light, ancient beings, some tasty beings, birds of icy lands, slytherins just like Mama Snake, creatures of deep waters and dark nights, young monkeys and older monkeys, creatures of wings and those that loved sugary things, woody grass and bubbly glass, dragonflies, mild cats and wilder cats, creatures of the marsh and moss, creatures of forests and fields, creatures of houses, rivers, rocks, and shores, the smallest of creatures and the most gigantic of them, every one of them, near and dear to our dear Mama Snake. And like this, Mama Snake's painting was fuller than full can ever be. And so on the 10th morning, now that the painting was finished, Mama Snake wrapped up her painting into a small scroll and took it to the ocean as she had promised. The ocean was both surprised and moved by Mama Snake's painting. It said to her, "Mama Snake, perhaps you don't realize it, but you have painted all of life and its tales in your beautiful scroll for me. And as promised, here is my gift to you." And it gave her a beautiful conch from the depths of the seven seas. Anytime you want to listen to a story, put this conch to your ears and you will hear all the stories that are stored in these waters, the ocean said. Mama Snake went back home that night to her lovely little children who had been eagerly waiting for her and her story. And so, under the starry skies, she put the conch to her ears to hear the ocean winds, and they began whispering a story. And that is the tale I am telling you today about the story of stories. I would like to thank my dear friend and writer poet Manushi for telling me this folk tale. She thinks it's an Arabic folk tale, but she can't quite remember it correctly because she says she read this story many years ago in a Tamil children's magazine. So thank you, Manushi. And the painting was inspired from a traditional form of storytelling called Patachitras that come originally from Odisha and West Bengal. And here is a picture of me painting this story for all of you. This story and painting were created for Ranga Shankara's Little Cloud series by Malavika PC of the Krr Krr Picture Book Project. And what is this Krr Krr Project? If you're curious, you could visit us on www.onkrrkrr.wordpress.com. But what is Krr Krr? Well, Krr Krr is just the sound of crickets by night. Krr, 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 Krr.